In this video, I'm going to show you some supplemental defensive maneuvers you can do while doing your peekaboo boxing style. As you know, the peekaboo boxing style is an elusive, aggressive style where you're moving towards your opponent with the pendulum type head movement or the bob and weave. The goal of that is to get close to your opponent, get your opponent to throw at you, get them to miss, counter punch, get your close quarter combinations off, and then get to the side of your opponent or move your head after your last punch. So in this video, I'm going to show you some extra defensive maneuvers that you absolutely need to have, because it is almost impossible to be able to slip or weave every single punch in sparring. So the first thing we're going to focus on is how to use your forearm block, so blocking punches. So if you remember your peekaboo stance, it's more of a squared off stance, not 100% squared off, more at a 45. Hands are high, okay? My hands are up, hence the name peekaboo as you're looking through your gloves, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do is using the forearms to block punches. So if he throws that jab, that number 7 at my head, I'm just gonna put the forearm into it. You see I just slide it up a little bit and block it with the forearm. So he throws that jab, block, block, block. Just a small little rocking motion. If he throws that right hand, I can just block it, okay? The next option is if I don't use an individual forearm to block an individual punch, I'm gonna use what I call the oh shit block, okay? So if he throws that jab, I'm just gonna put my forearms together and block it with my forearm. So he throws across, I'm just covering. It's like a high guard, I'm just covering my head. Every professional fighter needs to know how to cover, because if you get hurt, you get tired, you have to protect your head. So the first thing you do is he's going to work straight punch, either a jab or a cross, and I just block it. Okay? I'm just working my blocks. Working my blocks. Okay, that's all straight punches. Okay? If he throws a straight punch to the body, which is, let's say he throws that body jab, I'm just, remember, my elbows are in tight. Your stance is your defense. So wherever you have your arms and elbows are in your stance is where they're there to protect that area of the body. So when he throws that body jab, I'm just going to squat down a little bit and just turn the forearm in. He throws it again, just turn it in. And if he throws the body cross, same thing. Or I can block it with the lead one. So throw the cross. You can block with either arm. Okay? So now let's go to the hooks. He throws that lead hook to the head. Remember, your hands are up. All I do is slide it up a little bit, crunch my thumb to my shoulders to close that window and block the punch. So he throws that hook to the head, I just block it. Block it. He throws the rear hook, block, block. Okay? Now uppercuts. Okay? Uppercuts, same thing. If he throws the rear uppercut, I just turn that in. Do it again. I just turn the hand in. Slide it up a little bit, throw the uppercut, turn it in. Same thing with the lead uppercut. I just turn it. Turn it. I can also use the oh shit block. He throws an uppercut, I close the barn doors. Close the barn doors. And you're going to hear a lot of people, maybe even in the comments, oh, you shouldn't. You're just absorbing the punch. You're just taking all the power. There's some truth to that. In all reality, I want to evade the punch. So if he throws that right hand, I'd rather slip and make him miss. He consumes a lot more energy missing when he punches than he does hitting a target. Okay? But in the heat of the moment, in sparring or in a fight, sometimes you just might be in a bad position. Maybe I'm over here and I'm in a bad position. I can't move my head and I just block it. I use my gloves and my forearms to block the punch. So you got to train it to be able to use it in a sparring situation where you might be in a bad position. Okay, so let's just review the blocks real quick. He throws a jab, I can block with either arm. So throw a jab again, I can block with either arm. He throws a cross, I can block. Block. Or he throws a cross again, I can do the oh shit block, where I just collapse down. Okay, he throws a hook to the head, I slide it, crunch my shoulder, block it. This side, same thing. Close the window. Now he throws a body hook, same thing as blocking body straight. He throws that body hook, I just tilt in a little bit. Tilt in. Okay, I'm not dropping the hand like this. That's bad news. All right, and I'm not turning. You see people turn, you're going to get it right in the kidneys. All right, so he throws a right hook to the body. Let's drop down a little bit. He throws a left hook. I just absorb it and move into it. So that is blocking punches, okay? But remember, in peekaboo style, your primary defense is head movement. So if he moves around with those single jabs at me, I'm working my head movement. okay? Or I might block it, then, so he throws a double jab, I might block, then slip. So I can start adding in the blocks to my head movement, okay? It's not your primary, it's a secondary defense to help keep you safe when you're sparring. Another supplemental defense that you can add to your Peekaboo boxing style or any style you do is parrying the punch. So when you're facing your opponent, all a parry is a small little tap to redirect the punch from hitting you. So if he throws that jab, I'm just gonna little tap it. I'll put this arm down so you can see it. I'm just gonna tap it. So I redirect it. Usually I get my head offline when I do it. He throws the jab, boom. Now if he throws the cross, same thing. I can parry, kind of get my head out of the way. Parries are used almost as a backup plan. For instance, one of my favorite things to do is he throws that right hand is just to slip the outside of the right hand. Okay, but what if your timing's off? What if you mistime your opponent? What if you're tired? What if you're hurt? Sometimes what I'll do is I'll add a parry and a slip at the same time. Okay, so parries they're different than catch. So when he throws a jab, a catch, I just stop the punch. A parry is a redirection. So that is adding in parries to your defensive game. Your primary defense is to make your opponent miss. So if you can slip and weave, especially moving forward, that's good. But what if you're tired and I'm back on the outside and he throws that jab, I can just parry it, okay? It is a good thing to add to your defensive arsenal.